Well, hello there. This is Madeline from Madeline's Craft Room from Vancouver Island, BC, Canada. And I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And tonight, in our weekly Facebook Live, which I also do later put on, on YouTube, we're going to do a technique. So, this technique was actually taught to me and other team members last month in our Comox meeting. And it was Heidi that, let's see if I can just tip that up a bit, showed us this really cool technique, which sometimes people call it the blackout technique, but we did not use black. Uh, my internet's being funny tonight. I do apologize, but this is really fun. It can be, if you haven't done it, a little scary at times to think, is this really going to work? But it does. And each time it looks beautiful. And so I'm going to teach you some little tricks of how to do this. Now, it is using our embossing folders, and I am going to show you other ones as well. But tonight we're going to start with the layered florals embossing folder. And oh my goodness, this is being really weird on me tonight. But I hope you can see, but as we start coloring it, you'll be able to see. The 3D definitely work better. So check which kind of embossing folders you use. I'm going to show you a variety of the ones that I have, just to be able to give you more ideas as to how to color them and use them. But we're going to start off with this one. And the reason for that is, if you have this one, it's not only gorgeous, but it's nice because it has the big florals as well as little ones. And it's kind of a good way to be able to start. So, what we're going to do is, as you can see, there are two sides. So, you have the embossed and the debossed. And we are going to do the debossed side. So I'm just going to move this out of the way because we're going to get a little messy. As you can see, I've been playing and I got ink already all over my fingers, but that's okay. It's fun. It's fun. So I'm going to use a few colors differently. I should say that in this one, Heidi did use with us wild wheat, and I am actually going to use crushed curry tonight. And then we used bubble bath, which we are going to use, and moody. No, she used moody mauve. We're going to use berry burst, and then she also used the boho blue, which we're going to use, and then also the mossy meadow, and then the pretty peacock. Hello there, Yvonne. And yes, I forgot to say, please do comment. And if I don't know where you're from, or you're new to us, please do tell us where you're from, as we always love to be able to participate with you. It's a whole lot more fun when you guys join in, rather than me just talking to myself. So I really love it when you can join with me. So here we go. I'm going to put this here to the side. And tonight I am going to use my small blending brushes. And you can use the regular size. That is not an issue. But I found that when we did it, the techniques last month at our team meeting, I tended to really use the end of the brush because some of the areas are pretty small, and I still will do that with these ones. So if you have the bigger one, you just may want to tip your brush a little bit more. I'm going to move that right out of the way right now because I don't trust myself. Wendy, hello, Wendy. So nice that you can join us. I'm wondering if you gals have ever tried this. I think I have years and years ago, but it was really exciting to be able to do again. So we're going to use our blending brush in some ink colors. And like I had mentioned earlier, this is crushed curry. And what we're going to do is, for this one, I'm going to choose certain yellow ones, or certain little ones, I should say, that I'm going to make yellow focusing on which one I'm going to do. And you want to spread them out. You don't want to put them, of course, all side by side. Make sure that you spread out your colors. Now, Heidi did use the wild wheat just because she wanted to be able to have that yellow. The daffodil yellow and the lemon twist definitely don't do, or not lemon twist, lemon lolly. They didn't have as enough of a color, so that's why she used wild wheat. But when I tried crushed curry earlier, I was quite impressed. So I think I'm okay with it. I'm going to do this little yellow one over here, or little flower here. So I tried to kind of do odd numbers. Right now it looks kind of ugly, but don't worry, it won't. It won't stay that way. So right now I'm going to close up the crushed curry, and now I'm going to move to the boho blue, my blue brush here. And now I'm going to go with the next color. I think we're going to go with these ones here. And basically, you try not to get on the raised, because remember we're doing the deboss side. You want the part that is down. So it doesn't matter if you get a little bit, of course, on the top, because we're going to use the darker color to kind of black that out. But it is, of course, what we're trying to do is get the inside of these areas here. So I'm going to do this one. And don't worry if later you go, oh, I missed one. You can always go back, of course. But I like the way that Heidi did this, where she had a variety of the different colors. I'm going to do a blue over here. And like I say, each time you do it, it's different. There were a number of us, of course, in the meeting, and ours all look different. And that's a good thing. So I think I'm going to put another blue one over here. Now I got to, okay, put another blue one here. I always like to try to keep it, like I said, in the odd numbers. Okay, so I'm going to leave that as that. Now I'm going to go to our pinks. And like I had said, she used the bubble bath, which we are going to use. And that is going to be our main color for the flower. So we're going to come in, and remember these have some leaves. So just try to remember which one the leaves are and just do the flower, because we're going to come back and we're going to do the leaves. How's everybody doing? Any questions? Of course, feel free to ask. And I couldn't stop earlier. I have a whole bunch of projects to, as you know, I've been busy helping my mom, and life's been a little crazy. So I've got lots of catching up to do, but I couldn't stop. I was having too much fun testing out this technique so I can share lots of cool ideas with you. So I hope you have fun in sharing, or fun in trying them out. And please do share with us. Post your pictures of the ones that you've done, because, like I say, they're all different. And, you know, not only the folders, but also the colors we use. And of course, we want to see the finished product. Tonight, I am not going to actually finish the card. But I will definitely, tomorrow, I will have the different pictures of our process, as well as I will have the finished cards for you to be able to see how we transform these now strange looking blobs of color into something beautiful. So here we're going to go all the way around. Okay. Now, like I said, this is Bubble Bath, and it is a fairly light color. At first, I thought, oh, is that really going to show up? But it is nice to have a little bit of a variety of the darker and the lighter. Um, and we're going to use the Modi Mauve kind of to put more detail in the middle of the flower. So now we're just getting the color on here. Now, I should say when I use my brushes, if I am really just wanting very light, I usually hold the end of my brush and I very gently just go around. Does it have to be a 3D folder? You know what? I have actually not tried it on the others, but you're going to see later I did the zinnia, and the zinnia doesn't have those deep grooves like this one does. However, you're going to see it looks pretty effective. So it possibly could. Possibly could. But, oh, as I was saying, then as I want to have a little bit more force with this particular project, um, I tend to kind of put my hand closer to the head of the brush because that gives me a little bit more control and a little bit more color than I would if I was doing it the other way. And Wendy, yes, do try it. And like I say, let's share because I think I've got to do 3 or 4 tonight that I'm going to show you. But of course, we've got so many more. So let's share with each other because that is always so fun to be able to get ideas from each other. Okay, I think that's a leaf. Okay, so now I'm going to close up the bubble bath and I'm going to open up the Moody Mauve. I think I'm going to use purple. Well, am I going to use purple? No, I'm going to stay with pink. I always do kind of rub my color off a little bit. This one I'm going to dab off a little bit because I don't want it too dark. And I am just going to go a little bit right here in the middle. Okay. Just because of the, as you can see here, I don't remember what we call that in flowers. I used to know that. These parts of the middle. Oh, that one really shows up beautifully. Okay, so we're just going to put a little bit of a color splash there. Is there any more? Maybe a little bit right here. Did I miss anything? Shout if you see something. Okay, now as I look at what we've got here, I'm seeing that I want to put a little, oops, see, get my finger right in the yellow. Get too excited here. I'm going to just go back in because I see there's a yellow here. It's a teeny little piece here. And there's one here. Now I could go back in with the blue. Oh, that one I might just, no. If I look at colors, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to do this one yellow. And then one more down here, just because it's pretty close to that one. Is that all the flowers? I think so. Okay, now we want some leaves. So now we're going to use the Mossy Meadow. Okay, and this is a pretty dark color, so I'm not going to be really heavy at first. I'm just going to go in very gently. And again, I don't want to cover over my yellow flower. You just kind of color inside. And I think what I'm going to do next week, I'm actually going to continue this technique, but somebody was sharing that you can also do it with your watercolor pencils or even with blends. And I thought, okay, let's try that. But tonight I'm going to focus on just our inks because we almost all have some inks at home and hopefully some embossing folders to try it out. And then we'll try it out and see what we've got for next time. Now there's a teeny little leaf here. Teeny little leaf here. Like I say, it doesn't look very pretty when you're doing it this way. And I know in our meeting, everybody was like, oh, this doesn't look like yours, Heidi. But it does when we're all done. So, well, I shouldn't say that. It looks all good. It doesn't look strange and blobby. It will look really pretty. And of course, you can use different colors. It's trial and error. And I just thought it was really pretty how she used, and it surprised me to use the pretty peacock as the last one. And like I say, most people, they call this technique the blackout, and so they will use black. And I'm going to show you one that I did do with black, and I'm going to show you a little secret with that. But I think we got them all. All right. Oh, look at there's Linda. Hello, Linda. There she is. Okay. Now, your last and final color. It has to be pretty inky. So no matter what color you choose to do at the end, you don't want a dried out or semi-dried out stamp pad. You need it pretty inky. And the color will always fade. So when you look at this one that we did, it has faded a bit over time. And well, in a month. So initially the wet ink will look darker, but it will fade a bit. So then that's going to depend on how much you want to cover. So you want to take your ink now as we opened it up. Remember, it goes this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the end that you don't pull out. And you want to be able, how can I show you? You want to be able to have one end, that end down a little bit more, but not a lot, just slightly raised on the top. So now you're going to, and this is where you definitely need paper because it gets messy. And we're just going to go like this all the way across. Isn't that cool? Like I say, you can keep going. I sometimes have even gone, I don't know, Heidi didn't do that, but I kind of dabbed it a bit. I don't know why some of those, but isn't that ever cool? It comes alive, doesn't it? So now we're going to keep going. And like I say, that's really too light. And you're going to see that inside the pink, inside the flower, you are going to get, didn't it bring it to life? You're going to get a little bit of the dark color inside there, but it's okay. And like I say, that's why you don't want to curve it too much. And I'm just going to kind of go like this and give it one more slide. And so when you're comfortable with the color, and what that might be is because I had a little bit of yellow around it, that's why it's not getting too dark. Same thing over here. So I think I'm just going to put a little bit more over here, but I'm going to stop. Flowers do pop, don't they? It is so exciting. So yes, now when you look at it, you just go, wow, now it doesn't look like a blobby mess. It really does look lovely. So you can see that this is how we made this beautiful card. So that is, do you remember the name of it? Layered Florals 3D. So that is this one. Okay, I'm going to put that aside and I'm going to flip my paper. Not that this side's much better, but not quite as dark. Okay, and I'm going to move these behind me. I've got lots of piles behind me. But, okay, I told you that we had the zinnia. And the zinnia is a 3D. However, when you look at the zinnia, which you can see there, there's not a lot of blank spots on the embossing folder. They definitely are closer together. So this is why I had to try this one out. You ready? Okay, and this one, I got to tell you what colors I used. I used Bubble Bath, Pretty in Pink, Petunia Pop, Berry Burst, and then I colored it with Blackberry Bliss. So that definitely shows the zinnia. And I could have gone with black, but I wanted to try the Blackberry Bliss. So quite often, even for stamping, you like that, even when I stamp sentiments, sometimes I don't want to use the black. It's like too stark. So sometimes I will use my basic gray because it's just not as dark. Same thing with Blackberry Bliss, Early Espresso, and what's the Night in Navy. those are the other colors that I will use. And as you can see with this technique, that looks pretty cool. So, okay, we got those two. Now, oh, I got to move this because I got to finish this one. So we have on our online inclusive, we have the leaf fall. And I love this. I love fall. And so I had to try it out. And this time I used the black. And I'm not overly sure if I like it or not. I like the colors, but I wanted to show you what it would be like. So again, that's using black. Now, I should say when you're using the black memento, it isn't like our other stamps pads because it is like the fabric on it. And so sometimes it doesn't always go on as good, but you can see that really definitely did go on really well. No problem with that black. So what I did, just to try a different one, I did color this one with the fall leaves. And you can see, again, it looks like a blotchy mess. But we're going to try it this time with early espresso. Okay, so let's see the difference here. So not this side because then it will slide off and we don't want it to slide. Yep. So I'm going to just lightly go down and down. And we're going to see what this does. So remember what color this was? Early espresso. It's pretty dark too. So see, maybe we didn't even need to go that dark, but I definitely, maybe because it's brown, we have fall colors that are in brown. I don't know. I kind of am liking the brown better. I'm just going to dab it a bit here. It's very wet. Well, hello, Marjorie. There you go. Yes, you'll have to go back because this is a really fun technique. Very fun. You'll have to try it out. So now that my hands and my paper and everything's messy, I don't know if you can see on camera. I, in person, can definitely tell this is black and this is early espresso. And I don't know. I am thinking I like this better. So that is the leaf fall. Okay. So I'm going to move this one now because it's a mess. So here was our card. So this is the lotus flower. This is the zinnia. And then I tried one more, ladies. I tried our fern 3D. So I didn't want to use different colors. I thought this time I want to use all green. So what colors did I use? I'll tell you, lemon lime, granny apple, and garden green. And then the dark color, oh, and that's the other dark color we'll use, is the mossy meadow. So what do you think of that? Isn't that ever cool? And so this one, I didn't color one leaf this color and one this green. I just literally put different blotches all over the place. But I kind of like that effect. What do you guys think? You like that? Yes. And somebody, I think it was at our team meeting, Heidi had said she had tried, you love the ferns. She had said she had tried the ferns. I don't think she had a sample to show us, but she had said it looked like her wallpaper in her bathroom. And I must admit, that would look lovely, wouldn't it? So here are the different ones. Oops. How are we going to do this? Maybe like this. So you are going to see these ones. This one is already transformed. Well, like it is transformed. Now there's the difference here. Wild wheat. You see how that crushed curry definitely popped more? Wowzers, you like that? Yes, and the granny apple. Yes, absolutely. Because it's so, let me get this out of the way. It definitely helps it to pop, doesn't it? So there we have the different samples. And tomorrow, like I said, I will be posting finished cards that I've made with these. And also, I will list the colors and everything that I have used. But please share with us what you have made, as I would love to see other colors and other folders. And let's just share with one another. So there we go. And like I said, next week on our Facebook Live, now that I'm back in in go mode again, feeling a little better and getting things under control with situations. Um, yeah, I will do one just a little bit of a different with this technique. You have done this technique before. Yes, it I know. You know, when you start, it is. You just want to keep trying and trying and trying different ones. So please do share with us, because this isn't a new technique, but it's nice to be refreshed. And like I say, most people have done the black and then they black it out. But I kind of like to be able to use some of the other darker colors. So thank you for joining me, ladies. Hope you got some good inspiration and some more ideas, and would love to see what you do as well. All right. Oh, and before I go, see, I get so excited about my cards. Don't forget that yesterday was the big day that the annual catalog we have for the sale for June, we have an extra 10% off of both machines, as well as any of the stamp and die bundles. And I had to get one off my wish list, and I was going to get one. And I changed my mind at the last minute. And I ended up getting, ladies, oh boy, the one my son really wants. Oh, I had it in the page and now I lost it. It's okay. Oh, it is the hamburger, the bistro. And so the regular price, of course, it's always more expensive if you buy the stamps and the dies separately, but together the bundle is 63.75. So I saved an additional 10% of 50, and I got 50 the dice bundle for 53.75. And then because I'm a demonstrator, I also got additional 20% off. So if you want to save like that too, definitely let me know. But even just to get 10% off the regular stamp dies, if it's one of the ones that is repeating and isn't a bundle, this is one opportunity you still get to get it for 10% off. So, anyway, let me know if you have any questions. But thanks for joining me, ladies, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.